Stock Car Club. We've just been watching some street dashes consisting of 4-lap heats, and now we're getting into the first of 3 15-lap street stock races. And Dave Mansell, as you explained, there are 28 street stocks which have finished timing in here on day 2 of the races, and perhaps you can explain exactly what all three of these heat races will mean.
Well, good afternoon, Bob. It's my pleasure to be up here in the booth with you on this very hot afternoon. But we are getting ready for the heat races for the street stocks this afternoon. The streets that timed in have been divided into 3 classes, but 3 groups of cars, and we'll put them into 3 heat races. The fastest cars that time in are now forming in the infield to come out and run a 15-lap heat race, and then we'll run the second group of timed-in cars, and then conclude the 3rd heat race consisting of our slower street stock cars.
We do have 3 features today. We will have a 25-lap super stock feature, which we will see here on Telecable 10. We'll have the feature race featuring the Thunder cars, the backyard junkers. They're a lot of fun. And of course the 25-lap street stock feature race courtesy of Village Auto Sales. And it's part 2 because part 1 was run Saturday night here at Bridgecity Speedway. Wally Eby leads the way at number 3. And then we have number 97, Brian Wilson, number 88, Mace Canute, number 7, Scott Robbins of Regina, number 33, Derek Can of Melfort. They're the top 5, and look for them, fellas, to continue the work today. Here we go now with, let's count the cars down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars, I believe, in the first of the street stock races, and these are the fast guys. Number 17 leading the way will be Daryl Levine of Saskatoon. To see if that's the way they line up. They're going to come here and line them up. We have our flagmen working on the podium, of course, Rick Elliott, who returns after a sabbatical, helped along with Bryce Young. And we have an interview with Rick Elliott. We'll play that back for you later on in the afternoon. As we mentioned, very hot here at Bridgecity Speedway today. It should make for some interesting racing, lots of traction. Let's take a look. Maybe you could run down who is in that. Number 7 is in the inside. That's Scott Robbins of Regina in a Pontiac Le Mans. It's a 1980 Le Mans. Ray Utegard, number 19. He's a guy that you'll have to watch for today. He's on the inside in row number 2. Who's in the outside there? The number I can't see
number
right
17
now.
is outside in the front row. That's Daryl Levine out of Saskatoon. In the 3rd row inside is Derek Cannon out of Prince Albert, car number 33, a real hot shoe out of Prince Albert. Behind him, our own hot shoe, Charlie Curtin, car number 93. Outside of Charlie Curtin is Wally Eby, a veteran racer here at Bridgecity Speedway. In the 3rd row outside, we've got car number 55, that's Tim Brooks out of Bigger, Saskatchewan. And up in the 2nd row outside, it looks like we've got car number...
Number 42, number 97, of course, is Brian Wilson.
Now, I don't know who that Mustang is outside in the 2nd row. I think that might be Darrell Potts out of Watrous, Saskatchewan. In fact, I believe that to be correct. Darrell Potts in car 36. We got Noel Jensen, car 42, one of our telecable
employees. Yeah, he's installer, as a matter of fact.
Car number 4, Fred Van Leeuwen. Pardon me, 4 is Fred Van Landijk.
Here's the green flag, and that's 15 laps of street stock heat racing, and this is the fastest cars in time trials today, and minus Brian Southgate of North Battleford, who was disqualified in a dash earlier when he bumped Charlie Curtin, number 93. But here we go. Going out in the front, we've got number 7. That's Scott Robbins of Regina in the lead. There's Ray Utegard. We've got to keep an eye on Ray Utegard, number 19. He is quick, and Ray is... going for the marbles here today, followed by Daryl Levine at number 17, and there's that car number 46, that Mustang. That's Michael Pethick of Elstow, Saskatchewan.
I'm sorry, Bob. My apologies to car number 46, Michael Pethick. I had him down as Daryl Potts out of Watrous, but it is in fact car 46.
If you want to take a look at some fine racing, keep an eye on number 97. He's at about 6th or 7th place right now, but Brian Wilson, who is racing out of the Rosetown Club now, will make his move in around number 2 and number 3/4. That's where he likes to race, as Wilson gets by number 33. That's a quick car, number 33. That's, let me see, Derek Can of Melfort. That's a quick Firebird. There's Wilson at number 97, moving up again on the inside. Wally Eby still sitting in 3rd place in his... Oh, they have a fire. Number 33 has caught fire.
Derek Can out of...
We have a fire. Number 33 on corner number 2. He is on fire. Now let's see. Now it's going out.
That would probably be a gas line.
Yeah, well, the race has stopped because, in fact, number 33 caught fire. Is he coming out the front straightaway? Now that's dangerous, Dave.
Hey, that's right. But we carry a lot of safety equipment in these cars, and at the track, as you see, our emergency vehicle there right now, there's a fire extinguisher, an operational fire extinguisher in each car. It's checked every week by our tech committee.
Yeah. Well, in this heat, we're up around 30 degrees Celsius, and that's got to be in the high 80s. And certainly you can expect that a lot of engines are going to be feeling the toll, as we just saw number 33 actually pull up and catch fire.
That's right, and you'll see some of these drivers getting out really suffering from the heat as it's hot in those cockpits, and they're running their radiator pipes just under the floorboards, and the heat from the engines comes right back on them. It's pretty warm in there.
I wonder, Dave, what will that do now to the track surface here as we look at going into corner number 2, where the car actually caught fire? No doubt there will be some oil spilled on the track, and the crew's going to have to take a look and see, because oil on a hot track like this is just like ice.
Well, it'll really slick it up.
With deolite soles on ice, I'll tell you, that is pretty sticky. Should explain that Dave Mansell, 5 years here as the track announcer at Bridgecity Speedway. Then he decided to take the time off, and you do a lot of road racing, and we're talking about using your feet, and you're doing quite well at it, we understand.
Well, Bob, I'm not sure how well I'm doing, but I enjoy running, member of the Saskatoon Roadrunners Club, and I enjoy running, and keeps a 45-year-old thinking young.
Sure, you're looking real trim and slim, and the white hair and the big handlebar mustache. Boy, oh boy.
I'm just trying to copy you, Bob.
I can't the white hair, handlebar mustache. Okay, what'll they do now is they'll stop the race. Rick Wilson and Bryce Young will realign the cars. And I'm not sure just how many laps we went through in this 15-lap feature, but I would imagine we got through 4 or 5 laps, 4 laps anyhow, and so they'll start again and complete another 11 laps.
That's right, Bob. Here at Bridgecity Speedway, we do not race to the caution. When the caution flag comes out, we go back to the last completed lap. We avoid racing to the caution. It eliminates any possible problems we may have with a disabled car on the track. We go back to the last completed lap under green, and we realign to that position, to those positions. And as you see, Ray Udegaard in car 19, followed by car number 7, Scott Robbins, will lead the field as they come back around to green.
With Wally Eby in number 3 and number 17, Daryl Levine, number
93, that's Charlie Curtin.
By the way, Charlie Curtin, interesting story. Last night, he blew an engine.
Exactly.
On Saturday night, July 24th. We're taping Sunday the 20th. No, it's the 26th.
This is the 26th today.
This is the 26th of July, so actually on the 25th of July, Charlie Curtin blew an engine, and instead of having a party like all the guys were partying back here, Charlie and his crew are putting together a brand new engine. And look at here. Here he is, about, what, 10 hours later?
10 hours
He's
later.
on the track and ready to compete again.
Racing very competitively, but you can be sure that Charlie and Kirk Sumac and the rest of the boys spent a long night in the garage putting a new motor in. As you might recall, Bob, Charlie was picking up head gaskets and other paraphernalia last night from dealers here at the track. So while we were partying and having a good time dancing to your lovely music last night,
right,
the boys were pulling wrenches.
Should mention that working with us on Telecable 10 this afternoon, we have on camera and crews, we have Paul Pancha, David Presti, Dwayne Tozer, and our producer-director today, Fern Detillieu. I hope I got that right, Fern. I think I did. Okay, what we're waiting for right now is the track to be cleared. If you look down on corner number 2, that's where the fire actually started for car number 33. Derek Cant of Melfort, and of course they cannot race as long as the track is slick and oily.
That's right, Bob. So what they're doing, in fact, is putting quick dry on the track, soaking up the oil, and then our track officials out sweeping the speedy dry off the racing surface, and the cars will continue to hot lap or to pace the track.
Yeah, they'll take a couple.
Cool
Now tell me, Dave Curtin, the track announcer here last night, after someone spilled oil on corner number 3, said that they have a secret formula for this quick dry. Is it really a secret, or is he just being facetious?
Well, gee, I haven't read my dictionary yet, Bob, but I think perhaps he was pulling your leg to put it
well, that's what facetious means, I think.
More or less. Quick dry is just something like a sawdust formula that really soaks up oil. I think the secret is to talk to the boys and make sure they get off the track if they do run into mechanical problems and they put oil or gas on the track.
Okay, as we mentioned, we are here for 2 days of Street Stock Invitational, and we have 28 Street Stock cars from all over Saskatchewan and Alberta. As a matter of fact, we have the best-known female racer in Western Canada. Marilyn Jack of Youngstown is here. She has a pink car. It's number 48, and she will be in the next heat. So watch for car number 48, a pink, what is that, a Pontiac, I believe.
looks actually, Bob, like about a 68 Chevelle.
Okay, Pontiac Chevelle.
But, you know, these cars look a little different out here than they do on this street.
Exactly.
But I really do like the color combination.
Pink and red. And, of course, Marilyn won a dash earlier today. She just won a dash earlier today in the 4-lap dash. Okay, well, the crew has almost got everything together now, right now. We've got, I think, only the one car out, and that was number 33. And that really is too bad, because he had about the fastest car out here on an average basis.
Well, of course, we don't yet know the extent of the damage to car 33, and if it is, in fact, perhaps a broken fuel line or oil line easily repairable, and perhaps we will see Derek back on the track.
Certainly would be too bad if he didn't get back on the track, because he is sitting number 5, I believe, in the total standings for the street stock money.
Gave Wally Eby all he could handle last night, Bob, in the street stock feature. Very exciting 25-lap race, and it was not until the last lap, after the white flag came out, that Wally Eby managed to get around car 33 and take the checkered by about half a car length.
Absolutely. Got a good crowd here at Bridgecity Speedway for that race. And as a matter of fact, the stands here are starting to fill up a little more now as we go into the final. Looking up in the sky, there are a few clouds forming, and maybe they'll make things just a little bit cooler here. Certainly, we don't need any rain today, so we can finish off the day. Okay, well, they're just about getting ready to go now, and Rick Elliott, the head flag man here at Bridgecity Speedway, and boy, is it nice to see him back. Although Charlie Curtin did a hell of a job last year, certainly it's nice to have Rick Elliott back, because he's been doing this for a long, long time here at Bridgecity Speedway and has great control over what goes on in this third of a mile oval.
Yes, he does. Rick has excellent perception and a feel for what goes on at the track, considered by many to be the finest flagging in Western Canada. I also like to mention the fine job of flagging done by Bryce Young.
Absolutely.
Bryce has been flagging for about 3 years out here at Bridgecity Speedway, and a fine gentleman, and it does an excellent job.
And Bryce's better half, by the way, Esther Young, races.
Oh, does she do a fine job?
She won the powder
last night.
Yeah.
And an excellent driver, a very nice lady. Bryce had actually filling the gap when Charlie Curtin turned his talents to street stock racing. And Bryce and Rick worked very well together. Fine job of flagging.
Well, last night, the 25-lap day-night feature, sponsored by Day Night Auto Wrecking, was won by Wally Eby number 3, Derek Can of Melfort, the car that blew into flames earlier here just a moment ago of Melfort. He was number 2 last night, and Brian Wilson, who is racing with the Rosetown Stock Car Club, finished 3rd. But because of his points throughout the evening, he is the leader overall. No, he's not. He's second behind Wally Eby.
Two good friends and fierce competitors went on the asphalt, Bob. Wally Eby and Brian Wilson. Brian, of course, affiliated with Barry Churchman, who is actually stock car racing in the Rosetown area. The two of them promoting stock car racing out in that part of the country. Barry Churchman, there's the name that rings a bell. Wasn't he in the combine crash recently? Yes, he was, and he came in tied for 1st, as a matter of fact. Beat up on Wheatfield Warrior 4 and made us go to 3rd place. So Barry Churchman likes to race no matter what kind of a motor he's working with. Here we go, racing down, getting ready to go again. We've got Ray Utegard in front, followed by number 7, Scott Robbins of Regina. Then we've got number 3, Wally Eby, number 17, Darrell Levine, number 93, Charlie Curtin, 97 is Brian Wilson, number 46 is Michael Pethick of Elstow, 42, of course, nice to have back Noel Jensen. Number, I can't tell the number on the car behind him there, I believe it's number 60. That's one of the only 2 Fords running out here, that's Trevor Appel, okay. 65. As we go into straight back, coming up the corner number 3, it's still Ray Utegard, followed very, very closely by number 7, Scott Robbins of Regina. That's a nice looking machine too. And then Wally Eby hanging in close in 3rd place. Actually, this has turned into about a 5-car race. You certainly don't want to put out either Charlie Curtin or Brian Wilson as they follow the pack very carefully. We've still got about half of this 15-lap feature to go, maybe even a little more, following the caution when a motor exploded and caught fire here earlier in this feature, in this rather heat race. Start the top 4 starting to close in very closely, but Ray Utegard hanging onto that lead. Driving very tough is Ray Utegard, hitting speeds close to 80 miles an hour in the straightaway. Exactly. Average speed here is around 58 to 60 miles an hour, but that takes into account 4 corners. Let's keep that in mind. I see they seem to have the oil problem down pretty good on quarter number 1. Not giving him any grief at all right now.
As we mentioned, it's a very hot afternoon here at Bridgecity Speedway, and the cars are holding on well. Blowing tires and blown engines could be the problem here today.
Overheating.
Yeah, overheating. Okay, we've got about half of the 15 laps done here, and we continue to have the same 5 in that order. We've got Ray Udegaard, number 19, Scott Robbins, number 7, Wally Eby, number 3, Charlie Curtin, 93, and Brian Wilson bringing up the 5th place. And basically the rest of the crew is back in the quarter. Here's number 46 with a little bit of a problem as we failed to catch that with the camera, but that's all right. Following the top 5, here they come. Same order, no change at all. Ray Udegaard continues to hang on, but boy, is he being dogged by those 4 fellas, isn't he, David?
He's really being pressured hard by car number 7, Scott Robbins, but I'm really watching with interest the battle between Charlie Curtin in car 93 and Brian Wilson in car 97. Brian Wilson moving outside, taking that second group, working real hard on 93. They're rubbing down the front straightaway, in fact. Wally Eby working on the second place car, Scott Robbins.
I wonder, I see that Rick Elliott has his black flag in his hand. I wonder if he's going to be giving any kind of a warning to Brian Wilson for bumping in that back in the front straightaway.
Exactly right.
Okay, we still have Ray Udegaard with a fairly good lead now over Scott Robbins, about a 3-car length lead. Charlie Curtin in 3rd place, Wally Eby now in 4th place, and Brian Wilson bringing up 5th place. Charlie coming in with it here. They're giving him the white flag. That means 1 lap to go. We've got Ray Udegaard, Scott Robbins, Charlie Curtin, Wally Eby, and Brian Wilson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here they come. Round the final turn. It's Ray Udegaard all the way. Unless something happens to him here, he's gonna win this first
finish for 2nd and 3rd spot.
Yeah.
Here as Udegaard picks up the checker.
So it'll be Ray Udegaard, Scott Robbins, and Charlie Curtin finishing 3rd in our first street stock heat race. Oh, and right at the end here, we have a car going out of control right at the finish line. Number 17, Darrell Levine, lost it in the final straightaway and went for a little spin. 3rd was Charlie Curtin, I believe. 3rd place, Charlie Curtin. Yes.
2nd.
Scott Robbins, number 7, was... Well, so we didn't see the race develop with Brian Wilson trying to catch up. The best he could do was 5th place here in this street feature course. These were the fastest cars out this morning in time trials. This next heat race will feature the 2nd fastest group and will include number 48, Marilyn Jack, out of Youngstown, Alberta, the only female competing here among 28 street stock cars, and I believe we don't have a full twist. We do have 28. Last night, for part 1, we had 30. 2 cars have since cooked themselves one way or another.
Unable to compete here today.
Although 1 car that wasn't here last night at number 5, Wes Skankin wasn't here because he was having problems with his Pepe's machine, his ice cream machine.
Right.
He is in
nice
today.
To see him overcome his mechanical difficulties and out here today. Looking forward to some good competition there. We noticed, Bob, in the 2nd heat race that we have Brian Southgate, car number 27. Brian Southgate was the fast qualifier today, but received a black flag for an altercation in corner number 3 in the trophy dash earlier this afternoon. And the black flag disqualification means for the rest of the racing program, you start from the back of the field, regardless of where you placed in time trials. Thus, Brian Southgate at the back of the field.
Okay, the pole position in the 2nd heat, number 69 on the inside, that's Alan Diebert of Rosetown in a Chevelle. Let's take a look as they come around. We've got, I believe that's number 13, is it not? No, that's number 25. Mark Wilk in a 65 Chevelle.
Okay, and inside the 2nd row in car 87, we've got Terry Lee outside car number 41. I do not have a driver.
That's Rod McEachern of Saskatoon, who has just decided to get into the Street Stock Invitational. Apparently, his family doesn't even know he's out here racing. So maybe, let's hope they're not watching Telecable 10 and saying, oh my gosh, what is Rod doing out there?
He was supposed to be cutting the grass today.
Number 99 is Gary Swikenson of Prince Albert. The inside and row number 3, and the outside, who have we got there?
I believe that's car number 4. It might be car 4. No, it's car 66, I believe. Bob Bertolo out of Rosetown.
Yeah.
We've got car 21. That's the Zacharias racing team.
Yeah, number 48, of course, Marilyn Jack in the pink car from Youngstown, Alberta. And the number 27 is back there. And
Ryan Southgate.
Ryan Southgate, of course. Oh, we got a car, number 41, spun out. That's
Rod
McEachran out of it before he even gets started. Number 13
Bowen.
at the back, that's BJ Wilson.
And Dave Bowen, car 38, also in the field. Well, under green and going through in the inside through corner 2, Bob, we got Terry Lee in car 87 taking the field by storm down the back straightaway, pulls out the lead into corner 3.
A car that really wasn't that impressive timing in. It's got the lead here. Let's see if he can hang on to it. The race developing right now. We'll have to look back at car number 21, Gerald Zacharias from Hague, Saskatchewan. He'll be getting there. B.J. Wilson right at the very back trying to find some room to get through. A little bit of slick on the top of corner number 2.
Looks like it.
By the looks of it.
Yeah. Interesting story in car 21, Bob. We have an uncle and a nephew running car 21, Gerald and Henry Zacharias. They take turns driving.
So we're not really sure who's in that car right now.
They do change off almost every race.
Car number 38, Dave Bowen of Saskatoon, and a nice-looking Cutlass, a 78 Oldsmobile Cutlass. Coming around for lap number 4, it's number 99, and that's Gary Swikinson, followed closely by number 27, Brian Southgate, who started at the back of the pack because of a disqualification on a black flag earlier, and now look at, he's challenging on the back straight, and he's going to do it on corner number 3. Nope, not quite. As Gary Swikinson hangs on. And here, the second street stock heat race.
Oh boy, we're going to feel all the cases out of corner 4 between 99 and 69.
And look at that, number 27 pulled in front, Brian Southgate. Whoa, there's a car that just went right off the track on corner number 1.
Coming back on his own power, Henry Zacharias. Looks to be all right, rejoining the field.
He's fine. I know for the TV crew here today, Telecable 10, they're having a real tough time following all the action that's going on.
Just have to look all over the track at once.
We're following right now the number 27 car, of course. That's the leader, Brian Southgate.
That's right.
And he's got a real fine lead on number 87, Terry Lay of Saskatoon. In third place now, B.J. Wilson.
Yes, moving up between cars real well.
By the way, right at the end of this heat race, I think we'll take a look at B.J. Wilson a little closer, up close and personal as we talk with him before the start of today's program here. Oh, and look at number 87's got that front end bent up pretty badly, but he's still in second place, right behind the car of number 27, which is Brian Southgate of North Battleford in a 74 Nova. Fastest guy coming in today, number 27.
Terry Lee may be in trouble before this race is over as we see that hood flapping in the breeze. He may get a black mechanical if the hood comes up any higher.
B.J. Wilson still in third place, but being challenged by number 38, and that's Dave Bowen of Saskatoon in his 78 Cutlass. And there he goes, as a matter of fact. Dave Bowen, nope. Now B.J. Wilson and Dave Bowen are having a heck of a battle for third place, as Bowen takes over now. Still leading is number 27, Brian Southgate. There has so far no cautions at this second street stock heat race.
Watching Marilyn Jack go around in car 48, doing a fine job involved right now in quite a race with Bob Bertolo on car number 66, running for 5th position.
And she's just done it. She's just taken over, as a matter of fact, coming around corner number 3, yeah. So it's still number 27. Brian Southgate, followed by number 87, Terry Lay, who's got that hood flapping in the wind there. And now number 38, that's Dave Bowen of Saskatoon, has taken over second place. Yes, and can he hang on now? That's the question. Number 13, B.J. Wilson, into 4th place. He'll try to catch number 87.
Doesn't look like Dave will have enough laps to close the gap on Brian Southgate, but he's made a real strong run right up through the field.
Southgate started at the back of the pack, and there he is leading by about 20 car lengths right now.
Got himself quite a hot machine.
Could be an interesting feature race today, David.
Oh, yes, Robert. I think we're in for a lot of excitement there.
Well, they're pretty well spread out now, so barring any accidents, that's probably the way they're going to finish, with number 27, number 38, and then number 87 in that order. Although B.J. Wilson still hasn't finished, and Marilyn Jack in 5th place, closing in on B.J. Wilson there in his car number 13, which is not his regular car. His other car, big problems. 1 lap to go now. And it looks like number 27, Brian Southgate of North Battleford, will in fact cruise to victory here. Yes, should be no problem at all. He's way ahead of number 38, Dave Bone. There they are, 27, 38, and 87 in that order in the second street stock heat race, the second of 3. Earlier, we talked with number 13, B.J. Wilson.